In this video, I show you how to install Arlen Ness's Big Brake Rotor Kit. If you haven't watched my review of this product, click here and check it out first. The Arlen Ness Big Brake Rotor Kit allows you to use your stock caliper on a much bigger 15-inch rotor. You'll need to get your bike on a stand and get the front wheel off the ground for removal. You only need a few inches of clearance. First, remove the two bolts attaching your brake caliper to the lower fork. These bolt heads may look strange, but on most late model Harleys they require a 10mm 12-point socket. After removing the caliper, use a zip tie and a bungee cord to help hold the caliper out of the way and keep from putting stress on the brake line. Next, you'll want to use a 15/16 socket to remove the front axle nut. Before you can slide the front axle out, you'll need to loosen up the slider screws on the opposite side. Many people use a jack under the front wheel when removing the axle. If you only lift the bike a few inches off the ground, you can use your foot to hold the wheel while sliding out the axle. This also makes the reinstall of the wheel easy. Be aware that when you remove the axle, there's a spacer on each side of the wheel. You can now remove the old rotor and install the new rotor using the same hardware. Torque the 5 bolts using a star pattern to between 16 and 24 foot-pounds. You can now reinstall the front wheel. It's a little tricky inserting the axle and spacers while holding the wheel steady, but it's all downhill once you get it in. You can now reinstall the washer and axle nut. Torque the axle nut down to between 62 and 67 foot-pounds. Use a large screwdriver in the hole on the opposite side of the axle to keep it from spinning while you're tightening. Next, tighten the rear axle cap fastener to between 132 to 180 inch-pounds. Then tighten the front axle cap fastener. It's okay if there's a small gap in the front of the axle cap. New hardware is provided to attach the bracket to the slider and also to attach the caliper to the bracket. All 4 bolts should be tightened to 30 foot-pounds. Remember to use Loctite on all hardware. To reinstall the caliper, spread the brake pads out to allow the caliper to slide over the new rotor. Loosely install both caliper bolts, but tighten the bottom bolt first. Again, 30 foot-pounds. You'll need to pump the brakes a few times to re-engage the pads with the rotor. That little zip tie hanging from my brake lever is a reminder to not pull on the brakes when the caliper is not engaged. Thanks for watching. Come back next week when I show how to install one of these really popular Harley-Davidson quarter fairings on your dyno. I'm Chainsaw from Granite City Riders. Thanks for watching.